Are you ready for this monthly cost breakdown of living in Greenville versus living in Winterville, North Carolina?
Let's talk about it. Let's just say we've been walking around looking at houses. We finally found one that you're like, this is it. This is the one. This is not just the house online. This kitchen is perfect. The backyard is fenced in exactly what you want. The price is exactly what you want. Your loan officer is saying this would be an amazing opportunity. You're already planning that furniture in the living room. And then you fast forward a month later, you've started moving in, and the first round of bills are starting to come to your thing. The mortgage is what you knew exactly what that was, but there's now, maybe it was new construction, maybe it's a tax bill that you weren't expecting. Maybe there's water bill, maybe there's insurance, and this can suddenly, like, insurance changes. So it can suddenly start making a budget very, very tight where you weren't expecting it at all. So that is what we're really kind of breaking down in this video. It's the extra stuff that you might not be thinking about when you're buying this home. So we're talking about a full audit of all of that. We're running guesses on taxes, utilities, and those recurring bills that you get every 30 days. So we're being honest with you and you have peace of mind.
Exactly. There's a result of actually this analysis that we're going to talk about to you is going to surprise you. If you make your decision based off that sticker price that you're looking at alone, you might be walking away from over $2,000 a year in saving account. And let's break it down. What is it?
Well, first, welcome to our channel. This is Ali Victoria. We're your guides, and we're real estate agents here in the Greenville and Winterville area. And if you're looking to move here for the hospital, university, a job, or just for a change of pace, we're happy to talk to you, because our job is to make sure you know exactly what you're getting before you have picked that house and before you've fallen in love. So let's talk about that monthly burn.
Exactly. And that is the cash that actually leaves your account every single month just to keep up the lights on and the roof over your head. And this is super important. We are comparing two basically for the Greenville and Winterville, and we wanted to actually compare this area, city of Greenville and Winterville, North Carolina. And most of people assume that Winterville feels like more suburban and it might be even cheaper, or they assume Greenville is cheaper because it's a bigger city with more infrastructure. Well, we are going to settle and debate right now for you, and we are looking for specific categories. And what are they?
Taxes, which can be changing, utilities, lifestyle, and insurance, which is pretty boring, but things we have to pay attention to. So let's talk about economics first of taxes. And what is the tax rates in Greenville is going to be the winner, at least initially on paper, because property taxes is a combination in our area between Pitt County taxes, which is our county, which everybody pays, and your municipal tax rate. So if you want to do the math, Winterville's combined property tax can be higher than Greenville. That can sound scary.
Exactly. And that's a real number. And you said it 20%, no?
Yeah.
And that could be 20%, it could be a scary, but what does it actually look like in dollars and cents for you? Let's look at the few scenarios for you, no? If you're, for example, buying a home and a starter home that is valued just $200,000 in Greenville, your monthly tax obligation is something about $172 a month. In Winterville, however, that house might cost you something around $205 a month.
Now, just to be clear, this is going to be part of your monthly payment that you're making to your mortgage, and you knew what it was coming in. So we're really focused on the reassessment fears that happen. And Greenville does reassess higher than Winterville. Now let's move up to the right point and say let's talk about $300,000. In Greenville, you might have been paying $252 a month, and in Winterville, that house appreciated. Now we're talking $302 a month. So that's now a $50 difference that you're breaking down every single month.
Every month, exactly. And now, if you're going,
let's do it one more time.
$400,000. If you're looking at the $400,000, this gap even is going to get bigger, and this gap is going to get nearly $70 a month. So we started from $33 a month between $200,000 to go to $70 a month for $400,000.
Now let's talk about the second thing. And again, this is part of your monthly mortgage, and you're initially going to be there. This is only going to come up during reassessment. So we don't want reassessment to scare you away. Second thing we're going to talk about now is utilities. Now there are two providers that we need to talk about. We are in Winterville, but we also have Greenville Utilities. So GUC is who I call, Greenville Utilities Commission, and Winterville has its own utility service. And some people are on the border like me, so I'm getting the Greenville Utilities. But this means When you look at the average, North Carolina household uses of 1,100 kilowatts per month, this race is incredibly tight. Winterville has a small edge in victory. The electrical bill in Greenville is about $140 a month. In Winterville, it's $135. This is just for the electricity. But this does not change your life, but it is a little small of a win this way. Also, but let's talk about the water in the faucets.
Exactly. If your family uses actually 5,000 gallons of water every month, which is pretty a standard for a family of 4, you're going to feel in Winterville. And how much is it in Winterville?
In Greenville and Winterville, Greenville is going to be $72 a month, and in Winterville, that's going to be $87.49. So that is a $25 difference every single month for living in Winterville. Winterville saves you $5 in electricity, but they charge you $25 more for water. And you have 2 separate bills, whereas in Greenville, you have one bill that covers it all.
Exactly. Therefore, basically, you're already in the hole about $20 a month on utilities compared to Greenville, North Carolina.
Now talk to me about things that you can choose to use in your house or not use, which is, of course, gas.
Gas. Okay, number 1 is gas. That's a big deal for a lot of our clients, the people that they're relocating to the area. And Greenville, North Carolina residents have access to the natural gas through, again, GUC or Greenville Utility Commission, and is great for heating, is great for the tankless water heaters, and is essential if you love cooking. They say that with the gas, the taste of the food is even better.
But they say it's not good for the environment. But either way, that's true. But Winterville does not provide through the municipality gas service at all. So if you're in Winterville and you want gas, you're going to be using a private company, and it might even be propane. But if you hate electric heat pumps, Greenville is definitely your spot. Or you can find a spot like us where we do have Greenville utilities but live in Winterville. And the second thing to talk about is, of course, trash.
Exactly.
We don't like trash, but everybody has it.
In Greenville, trash and recycle actually included in your taxes, and you don't see a bill for it. In Winterville,
there's on our Greenville utility bill every single month. Sorry.
I said Greenville.
Okay.
I said Greenville.
But
you don't see it in the bill. But in Winterville, we didn't talk. In the Winterville, there's a separate line item, which is $16.
15.
No, I think it's $16 based on our bills. $16 a month for the trash collection. So let's recap where we are. Winterville has higher taxes, as we talked. We saw the gap for every monthly payment on your mortgage. Winterville has higher water bills, and Winterville has a higher trash fee. And what it doesn't have?
It doesn't have natural gas on it from the municipality, which means you might be asking yourself, why would anybody live in Winterville? And that's a valid question. But let's talk about another thing that might change your mind entirely, which is insurance, and why you should always be, even when you own a home, calling your home insurances every single year to get these updated bills, because who wants to pay more on their monthly mortgage for insurance than you have to? But let's dig into the homeowners insurance premium, because this is where a lot of online calculators kind of get it wrong. And there's a very hyper-local things we have to talk about. And a lot of it is going to, your insurance bill is going to depend on fire, crime, regional data, threats to the area. And what does it find? What's the basic research of
Therefore,
insurance?
our research found that the average homeowner's insurance premium are significantly lower in Winterville, North Carolina. We pulled actually a sample of the policy for the same type of home in both towns, in towns of Greenville, North Carolina and Winterville, North Carolina. And it's going to surprise you. In Greenville, the estimated monthly cost was $260 a month. What about Winterville?
In Greenville, it was $130 a month. I mean, Winterville, it was $130 a month.
Exactly.
So if you really want to look at the numbers, that's $264 versus $130. That's a savings of $130 a month. That's huge.
That is massive. Exactly. The one saving alone wipes all the extra property taxes that we were talking about, and the water bill and gas and everything, and trash fee, of course. And that is crazy, you know? Therefore, that's why we are here. Now, what is the next
So basically, we're just going to quickly do some math for you. So just total cost. So you're talking about a $300,000 home. You just buy it. In Greenville, lower taxes, $252. Electric bill, $140. Water, about $62. Gas, $125. No trash fee. But the higher insurance, so we're talking about $264 if we said. So monthly costs are going to be $845.26. But in Winterville...
In Winterville is a different story. In Winterville, for this $300,000 $400,000 house, you have a higher tax, something like $302. You have a slightly cheaper electric bill, $135, and you have a expensive water, $87 a month. And assume the electricity, heat, there is no gas, and you have $16 trash, and you have a super lower insurance, $130, which puts you at $672 a month.
And that's exactly why you can see what's going on there. It's actually $173 cheaper to live in Winterville than in Greenville. That's $200,000. That's $2,000 in annual savings. This is a family vacation, maybe a little bit more to your IRA, maybe more to your FSA. But really, does it mean Winterville is always the answer? Not necessarily, because if we're looking at a $600,000 house or more, maybe that home is going to get eaten with insurance. So I would say you do have to look at what home you're looking at and really do the numbers and really understand the numbers. Talk to people, look at the history of what's going on with taxes, the history of the insurances, and what is going on. So when you're looking to buy a house, really get a lot of quotes.
Exactly, and that is number one that we wanted to do. Therefore, based on all, you can the proprietor's insurance quote. The single largest variable in comparison was not the tax rate, as we said, and it was the insurance. Before you make an offer, call a local agent, insurance agent, and get quotes for a specific address that you are interested in. Number two, what is number two?
Number two is make sure you understand what you are with energy, because if you're looking for gas, there's certain homes that will not work for you. But basically, you want to do the math. It shouldn't be complicated. Rates do change over time with taxes. That's where it comes in. But basically, if you're looking at Ironwood, you're looking at Fire Tower Road, you're looking for downtown in Winterville, we're happy to get some quotes for you and talk to you about numbers. We do it all the time for our clients. We can, if you type in run the numbers, run the math, we will actually reach out and talk to you about that specifically.
Exactly. At the end, we are Alan Victoria Piner, real estate agent in Greenville and Winterville, North Carolina. Thank you for being here and watching all of our playlists here. We'd love you to write us the comment and subscribe in our channel to support us. And if you wanted to relocate, buy homes, we are more than happy to help you. And then linked below, you have all of our contact information, including our Calendly link for our meeting online.